Of the meals I will make for you, some of them are designed specifically for a health purpose. These are going to be mostly the newer meals. I haven't made any of them because, as I've stated repeatedly, I've been trying to get rid of all of that extra spaghetti. I think I'm down to, well, I just finished, I just cooked a pot just right now, and I think I probably have one more pot after that. So I'm looking at, 6, 7, maybe 8 days left of spaghetti. And then I'll get back into my regular eating routine. Um, but of the meals that I will make for you, there will be some that are designed specifically to be healthy, and there are others that are a consequence of circumstance. I've shown you a couple that are a consequence of circumstance already, but I've been a little bit vague about it because I can't often remember what the first time I made something was or why I made it. I just remember the recipe, right? And I just keep doing it. But this one I specifically remember as a result of circumstance. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about that circumstance before I show you what I'm making. So here's the deal. Imagine this. It is, let's say, 3:30 in the morning. You're working, but you're not getting a lot of hours. Or maybe you're in school or whatever it is. Either way, you're on a food budget. You're on a budget overall, and you're stuck in between the end of periods. So you've got a paycheck coming in 3 days, 4 days, and you've got something like $20 to feed yourself with for that remaining period. Maybe you spent too much money on cigarettes or other smokables or something else. But whatever it is, you're in the situation. You've got, a modest amount of money, or a less than modest amount of money to feed yourself for a couple of days until you get a paycheck in. And it's very early in the morning. So you're not going to be able to get to a grocery store to use your funds efficiently. So what you've got available to you is a gas station. Now, generally when I'm in that situation, my fallback is those nachos. All right, it's late in the morning. Early in the morning. I have not much food in the house. I will generally want to walk down to the store, get some Doritos, and make myself some nachos, and then go to the grocery store in the morning, or something else along those lines. But you may be in a situation where you have no cheese. There's no cheese. What do you do when there's no cheese? Well, have you ever tried to buy cheese at a gas station? I do not advise this. It is exceedingly expensive. They're bad at a corner store. It's bad at a gas station. It's just outrageous. In fact, most of the food that you want to buy at a gas station is outrageous. You are far better off in most cases getting some kind of processed crap rather than actually getting real food. They'll charge you like $1.50 for a banana. You can get like a bunch of bananas for $1.50. It's like, the prices are outrageous, right? But they do that because they know that the only people that are buying food are people that are there at 3 o'clock in the morning because they slept in because they were baked or something like that. So what do you do in that situation? You gotta eat. You don't have to eat, but maybe you actually might have to eat because maybe you haven't eaten in a couple of days, which is something that I don't do anymore, but I used to do quite often. So there's your dilemma, right? So what I'm going to do in that situation is I'm actually going to walk in and I am going to look for the cheese, and I'm going to see what the price of the cheese is, and then I'm going to glower. I'm going to go, this is no good. But in the meantime, I will be eyeing those Doritos, and I will be saying to myself, well, if I cannot make nachos, what else can I make with these Doritos? And the truth is that as far as bang for your buck, fat or calories per dollar, your Doritos are one of your better shots because they're very high in calories. So something you might do is what I am going to show you right here. You may decide to get yourself some spaghetti. Um, it won't be cheap or as cheap as in the grocery store, but it probably won't be too bad. Spaghetti is one of the things that means because spaghetti is so cheap, you know. And you may get yourself some Doritos. Although I would suggest that you probably want to get a small bag of Doritos because you are concerned about income. And then you're going to want to get some soup. Okay, so what you're going to do is really not that complex. You're going to take your spaghetti, you're going to cook it, and then you're going to dump your mushroom soup on top, if you choose mushroom soup. I knew my battery was low. I was hoping I could get through my my monologue there. My monologue was a little bit long-winded, but I didn't get a little battery low button either. Anyways, I'm using mushroom soup because I have a lot of mushroom soup. I have used in the past broccoli soup, cream of onion, any kind of creamy soup really will do. Mix it up, try it a bunch of different ways. And then you're going to take your Doritos and you are going to dump them in. And in fact, I'm going to put this down because this is a two-handed job. Or maybe I'll just, yep, there we go, like that. Okay, so, this is a bit more than a small bag of chips. Not a lot more, a bit more. Okay. And you're going to want to just hold it over like that. Okay. And there is actually the original Dorito spaghetti. That's the way I had it first. I think I had that first sometime probably around 2007 or 2008. I believe it's something that happened when I was in school studying programming, which would have been my second, it would have been my third or fourth block of school, but my second program that I was, non-contiguous. Anyways, maybe we'll have this conversation one day. Anyways, it was around 2007 or 2008 that I did that for the first time, and I have done this many times actually, because it's in total it costs $2.50 or whatever. It's cheaper than buying a burger or something, and it'll get you through till the morning. If you've got hot sauce, I would suggest it. And then you just throw that in the microwave and you go from there. Now, as it happens to be, I am not in that situation today, so I am going to expand my pasta out a little bit. I got my salami, my green peppers, and my cheese. I will put that together and make myself a meal out of it, but that is the late night emergency snack when there is no cheese, and you don't want to pay $8 per 100 grams of cheese or whatever ridiculous price the gas station wants to charge you. So I'll put that together and I'll give you a shot of it when it's done. And there we are. As you can see, that looks absolutely delicious. It's really quite similar to my normal default fettuccine, except there's no tomatoes, and I have mushroom soup instead of Caesar dressing. I like tomatoes and I like mushrooms, but I don't really like them together. So that's kind of that. And I guess it's in a different order, but it's really basically the same idea.